That's what I. So it's going to be 800 straight weight and 100 pounds of chains. That's going to be a pretty heavy squat and 3 sets of 2. So I think John wants me to squat like 950 at me. What's going on, guys? Larry Willis here at Desert Barbell, best powerlifting gym in the Middle East. I am back from New York City. It has been a few days since I've been back, so I've been deloading this week. But today starts the next phase of my training. With John, my coach Gaglione, we have established a good baseline while I was in the city. I hit a 881 squat and reps, went with an RP8, had about 1 reps in the tank. I hit a 585 bench, and I hit a RP7, I would say, 835 deadlift. It was quite easy. Hands held up and moisturizing daily. Bench about 6 weeks ago from today was only about 455 for 2 or 3 reps, which is the lowest it's been in years. I've never taken off over about a month from flat bench. So after taking off over a year, coming back 6 weeks of training only and hitting 585, we're up to a really good start. Not to mention I've hit a PR and wraps. Wraps are really comfortable, even better than the sleeves, which is a first for me. Where things are looking bright for my mock meet here. We've moved the date to the 6th of October, so my coach can come in, give me hands-on coaching, and help out with the mock meet. We have facility present as well, just depth and my pause on the bench, and performing the deadlifts. And yeah, so today we're doing some squats with chains. Some working sleeves, some working wraps. It's gonna be fun. Everything feels pretty good. I'm sitting about 273. And yeah, let's get to work.
Pop this in here.
So Larry, you're teaching him, right?
Round the back. Yeah,
exactly. I was gonna do this.
Yeah, listen, bro.
This is show me. Yeah. Show me.
So am I doing this right? Am I doing this like?
So far it looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So basically, put it in around the back, on the back of the thing here. Start a little wrap just so you pull it tight. So now you can crank it and then you roll. Just kind of like feed it through. Like so.
With some tension there, I see.
Absolutely. So like if we wanted to crank it real tight, Larry, you could pull it.
Pull it as well.
Yeah, so you pull it, okay. And I'll crank.
Oh, okay. Both of us, huh?
Yeah. All right, big fella, easy. That's it, let it run through your hands. Don't let it come out here though. Okay. That's good. So keep it tight and keep it in there. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Not too far in, just in the middle. There you go, yeah. Keep pulling it tight though. That's it, yeah. Okay, when you get to near the end there, just unloop it from out here. And like so. Keep pulling it, don't let it unravel. Hold, and then push off the end. Wiggle it off. Do you have any elastic bands?
No, we don't have bands. So guys, we're going up to 200 kilograms.
Oh, over here.
Straight weight. It's a 30 kilogram bar. 6 pound bar. Going up to, and these are 44 pound plates, 20 kg plates, and not 45 pound plates. 100 pounds in chains. So coach wants me to do 5 sets of 3. with 200 kilograms and 100 pounds of chains. It's basically speed work, working on timing, getting properly warmed up. Then I'm gonna do 3 sets of 2 in wraps with 800 pounds straight weight and 100 pounds of chains. So, God, it's a lot of weight. It's 900 pounds on my back, which is the most weight that has been on my back in well over a year, approaching probably 2 years now. 881, which was done about a week ago, a little over a week ago, was the most since. So now, this is how we progress. We're not going for 900 straight weight and wraps for a PR. We're just overloading my CNS and the top portion of the movement, basically the unrack, with 900 pounds. The chains fully deload once I hit parallel, basically. So it's going to be 800 at the bottom, maybe a little bit more because the chains, there still might be a bit of weight with the chains that's not fully deloaded. Maybe like 820 at the bottom and 900 at the top. So as I come down, the weight is getting slightly lighter. So I'm not taxing my hips too much. Yeah, we got, don't know how much is on the bar, but we got 3 blues and a 66-pound bar, so those are good at math, or I don't have it on the screen displayed. This is probably my second to last warm for sleeves. Then I'm gonna do my 5 sets of 3, and it's going to be with quick pacing, so I'm not gonna have a very long time in between sets, approximately 2 minutes. Cause it's just speed work, basically 60% of my 1 rep max in sleeves. From the time John tested when I was in the city. Yeah, let's get to work. So this will be my 5 sets of 3 working weight, about 440, 200 kilograms, plus 100 pounds in chains, about 45 kg. This chains, not only does it add load at the top, but it creates instability when the chains are rattling around. So it feels even heavier than 540 at the top. It feels more like 600 when I unrack it. But trying to get all 5 sets done within 10 minutes. Get the hips nice and warm. They're still a bit tight. I feel with squats, it takes the longest to warm up and feel like you're ready to go 80, 90%. It takes a while for the hips to really get warmed up. The legs can take a real beating. So first set going in. All right. So, first set done, not too bad. Knees aren't warm yet, hips are getting warm. That set felt a lot better than the last set. And I added about 100 pounds weight. Hips feeling much better already. Since I started using wraps, squatting in sleeves is terrible. It's the contrast, guys. When you crank the wrap as hard as you can, getting like 8, 9 revolutions. You stand up, you feel like you're floating. There's so much support compared to a sleeve. So if your brain registers a sleeve that's like, what's this doing on my leg for? Like it's useless compared to a wrap. Never had this issue before training in wraps on a regular basis. Sleeves always felt great, but now they don't.
See you, Larry. Easy weight.
Good job, buddy. Come on.
So today I'm here alone. Usually I have a training partner for many reasons. Spot, help with loading the plates, tackling to some power, RPBTC. We're working up now in blues. We're at 5 blues, one up a blue from the last set for sets of 3. I'm gonna take 5 blues, 6 blues in sleeves, and then when I hit 7 blues, I'm gonna add wraps, and then work up to a total of 8 blues and some change. So it's gonna be 800 straight weight and 100 pounds of chains. So it's gonna be a pretty heavy squat and 3 sets of 2. So I think John wants me to squat like 950 at me because this is a lot of volume to doing with a lot of weight. But body feels ready for something like that. Wraps feels super good. Honestly, that 880 I did a little over a week ago was no challenge at all, surprisingly. So let's see how it feels today with 900 on my back. 3 sets of 2. Jesus. God damn it, John. Now we have a lot of weight on the bar, but there's still a lot of weight coming. 6 blues. Last set I was taking sleeves. But a miscommunication with the person supposed to call my def in the last set. So I went pretty much ass to grass because I didn't hear any up command. Oh, good. Nice to know that I could do that if need be. Hopefully never need to do that again. But now this will feel much easier because I'll be squatting probably 2 inches, 3 inches higher, and I'll still be below parallel. So it won't be as much strain on my hips, and it's just gonna feel a lot better than last set. Then I'll put wraps on for 7 plates and above. But feeling good. Feeling good. Ready to attack.
Come on, Larry.
Let's go. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. So today we're doing a total of 8 working sets. 5 with sleeves, 3 with wraps. During bodybuilding, most I'll do with one exercise is probably about 3 sets. And maybe I'll do a super or tri set where I'm doing 2, 3 exercises back to back, no rest, and that'll count as one big set. But in powerlifting, it's common to do 8 working sets with just one movement, the main compound movement, such as today. Guys, this is the strength phase of the program. This is where you build. The peaking phase, where the volume drops significantly, the final 3 to 4 weeks of training, and you're doing no more chain and band work. Now you're just doing straight weight. You're testing your 1 rep maxes, your triples. You're basically doing your second attempts that you would have projected at the meet. And you save the big PR for meet day. And easier said than done, saving the big PR for the day of the meet, because you know meet conditions aren't ideal. You're going to have 15 to 20 minutes in between attempts, hours in between flights. So you want to do your PR where you're at your most comfortable environment, in your favorite gym, with your favorite music playing and your support team, and you know, the weights as you like. You want to do it like in your most comfortable environment. So it's hard not to go all out in training before the meet. But if you can hold out, you can hold that nut, it'll pay off on the day of the meet. Because if you do it too early, you're gonna get to the meet and everything's gonna feel heavy. You're gonna feel like you're not recovered because your CNS is overworked and you're not peaked anymore. If you peak too early, you do have to go, in my opinion, through the peaking phase all over again. It's not a matter of just taking 1 week off and now you're peaked again. You need to repeat the process. So 7 blues with wraps. Can't wait. So this is my last warm up, which is going to be my first set of wraps. It's 7 blues is on there, right? 7 blues. 100 pounds of chains. Then my next set will be my first of 3 with 800 straight weight. And it's really gonna be like 820 at the bottom because the chains don't deload 100% because of the length. But it's fully loaded at the top. Like the chains are completely elevated from the floor once I rack.
So you're gonna learn, right? So if you just now press here with your thumbs.
Good.
Press pretty hard, but you can use both thumbs. Start.
Can you see through?
So that's 2.
Okay.
3 usually. 4, and then we usually do a cross.
4 and then across. Oh, Jesus.
This is what you asked for, right? Oh my God.
Then these ones are pretty stiff, so we probably.
Whoa, John is not from wrapping my knees.
Yeah, you thought you were such a badass.
I did.
Yeah. Look, he doesn't need any pliers or anything. He's
Seriously.
fucking man.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Cross and across.
Wow.
Okay.
Can you even get up?
This is.
Oh, we gotta do that.
Is it too much now? Yeah.
I have to say it might be a bit much.
Okay.
John has been giving me a lighter wrap.
Yeah.
So the important thing when you pulling up and around, keep the tension. Don't let it go back on you.
This one feels the left. Oh, left feels a bit better.
You asked for it. Oh.
I did. Yeah. The left feels a bit better.
Right. And when he, the most important thing now, when he help him up, but when he finishes the squat, all right. So he's gonna when he puts the bar back. Let's go. You got to get down and get that wrap off him almost immediately. Yeah. Here we go.
Just give up.
You know what? My quads are cramping. It's so tight. I have to.
Oh no. Jesus, you should see your quads are crushed in there.
Literally, yeah. I'm worried if I get under the bar, something bad will happen.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just like 10% lighter would be perfect.
Yeah.
Squeezing his leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, yeah. It's harder than fucking squatting away.
Seriously. Yeah. Where's that?
Okay, now look at Shreve.
A mess.
Yeah, Larry.
Yep.
You fucking sunk that one, bro.
Yeah. I'll let you.
Let's go, Larry. Come on.
One more. Let's go. Let's go, Larry. Oh, baby. Thanks.
It was.
I actually felt this coming a bit loose, so kind of threw me off. So supposed to be, you know, 3 sets of 2 with 70-80% of my wrapped training max, which is 400 kg, which would bring me to 365 at 80%. Guys, John's been wrapping me for the last 6 weeks, and when you change wrappers, things feel very different. First guy wrapped me, gave me a super stiff wrap. Then Sharif tried to copy the technique, and it was still a bit too stiff. Then we learned that cranking it with the machine was removing the elasticity from the wrap and making it too stiff anyways. So now we kind of sort of has the wrap technique down. It's a learning curve, unfortunately, that I have to go through for the next couple weeks or so, which is no issue. We still have several weeks of training left. But the result wasn't a disaster. It was certainly 1 rep max, not a double. There's no way I would have gotten 2. But, and I should have redid it. As I stood up, I felt the left wrap was a lot looser than the right wrap. So I should have just, you know, had him re-wrap it, play it safe. Instead, I had tunnel vision, like, nope, I gotta do the set right now, wraps are on, let's go. But yeah, it totally threw me off throughout the set because I kept thinking the wrap was gonna pop off on the left leg. It didn't, but it was very loose. So body probably just shut me down from there, and it was a grinder. But we're gonna wrap up squats with that. Again, not a total disaster. Still had about 900 on my back, which is the most weight has been on my back in over a year. And while it was a grinder, the chains, for me at least, make it much more difficult because they're moving about, they're swaying, and you have to work extra hard to stabilize the weight and not move left to right, forward and back. Straight weight, I think, you know, 900 wraps is certainly there, and we're working towards that. But overall, happy with how squats went today. Not to mention, just got off a flight a few days ago from New York. You know, it's a 13-hour flight, so that could have an effect as well. All right, those are all my excuses for the day. Now we're moving on to accessories. Guys, if you want a pair of wraps, wrist wraps, etc., purelifestyle.com, best lifting gear in the game, fully helps as well. Please check it out. Now, when I finish up the workout with some really exciting accessory work. Quivering.
Yeah.
After that grinder. Look at them shake. What, you scared, guys? What are you scared of? Daddy's here. Give you a good pump. I'm wearing a mirrorless gym too, so this is the only iron I can get is looking at my own legs. Just 4 working sets of the accessory movements, extensions, curls, and then I'm also do some abs, a couple sets of abs. I love doing hanging leg raise. You know, your core helps you with every compound movement. Squat, bench, deadlift, having a really strong core. That's why your waist gets thicker when you're doing heavy squats, bench, and deadlifts. All right, guys, wrapping up today's squat session. Worked up to a heavy single. It's supposed to be doubles, but like I said, the learning curve with the wraps made that very challenging. Nonetheless, ended with essentially it's a PR. Mostly out of my back with wraps and successfully squatted. Not to mention I did have somebody calling my def from the side, so I feel confident about hitting def. As Sharif learns the wrapping technique, it will only get better. No problem, we have plenty of weeks to train. As I said, we're doing it now October 16th. This is the day of the mock meet. And guys, thanks for being a part of this journey. It's exciting to be going back to my roots. where I have a natural talent, powerlifting. I was born to squat, bench, deadlift. Be it I may venture off into other sports occasionally, powerlifting is always my one true calling. King of the Table 2 is still happening. With that said, we're going to keep you updated as soon as all contracts are signed and everything is in paper. Then we're going to start announcing the date and what athletes will be participating. Check out peerlessout.com, lifting your subs, clothing, and not to mention like, subscribe, comment. Also, if there's anybody you'd like to see me bring out to Dubai, please comment your suggestions below. We're always open to exposing people of extraordinary ability on the channel. Love you guys and see you next time.